I know my phone has been tripping lately. Long time no see, guys. Well, actually, you saw me this morning, but my phone cut me off, and I think you guys have gotten kind of used to seeing me for longer videos. Got these flowers yesterday, and girl, one of them already trying to die. Can y'all tell me how to keep hydrangeas alive? I think it is the less water, right? The less water, the better. I love these purple ones. They don't even. That must be like some kind of engineered material. Are y'all gonna be able to see these behind me? Look at him just wilting away back there. Would you stop that? Anyways, I'm coming to you guys with a question. I want to know. Okay, you don't have to put if it's you or if it's somebody you know, but I do want to know. Do you hide money at home? Okay, look. So something happened over the weekend, and somebody needed some extra money, and the whole digital thing wasn't working, like the Zelle and the Cash App. Something is wrong with my Cash App right now too. Is want me to put in my account number, which I don't want to do. I'll give you my debit card number, but not my account number because I've had the same account for so long that I don't play with my account number. Debit card you can change out every year. It seems like I change it out here in Texas because there's always some kind of fraud alert. My account number, whole different scenario. So, anyways, the lady was like, "Well, let me go home. I got an extra $200 in cash at the top of the closet." And I'm like, "What?" And then my best friend, she said that she kept money in a coat at her house in the closet, but you don't know what coat it is and what closet is in. You have to shake it down. And this other lady was like, "Yeah, behind one of her pictures, she stores extra money, just in case." So I guess anybody could think about underneath the mattress, but all these other little random places. I don't do it. Now I feel like I want to I try to just start saving like a whole bunch of like small bills at home, like ones and fives and things like that, and it didn't really work out because one time I needed a pizza and it was just enough for a pizza, and I was like, you know what, it's just not good for me. And then my boyfriend wants to use it to tip DoorDash and all those other kind of people. I'm like, that's not what it's there for. It's just there to just to let it accumulate, you know. So yeah, I was like, man, that is so old fashioned but so true. Like, it is important to have some cash laying around. I was doing some research online today, taking like a little intro coding thing at work, and like a little webinar type thing. And it was just interesting to me as I think about old fashioned. I do want to do. Can we catch some light up in here? Oh, boom, there I am. I'm kind of greasy, kind of oily, but not as greasy as I normally am. Oh, I still want to get some more here. I'm Let me not get distracted. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, the fact that the internet has only been around since 19, what was it, 79 is when the personal computer came out. And then they started going into libraries and things like that. But this instant media or instant news didn't come out until the year of 2006. And I was like, as I think about being old fashioned and how a lot of the things that I like actually are old fashioned, it's funny how fast the world changes. And I do remember it because um, I remember being in college and me and my best friend being really excited about the Sunday paper to get the Target advertisements. I remember that, waiting the Sunday to see what was out in the Target advertisements and the grocery store too, because you gotta go grocery shopping on a budget in college. But the Target ad, it was a big deal to be able to see that weekly. But now everything is always on sale all the time. And I've really been struggling with even liking social media. Like, Instagram is my addiction, it is my jam, but I'm sending myself to rehab. I'm tired of it. Like, it's one thing to get an ad like once a week in the paper. It's another thing to get an ad every single day. Then it becomes like junk mail. And that's what it seems like the social media is becoming. It's just like everybody's selling something every which way. And I don't get into the news because I get so I get my feelings, my feelings and my emotions. I get so wrapped up in it that I can't even I can't talk politics. I can't do it. I can't talk ethics. I can't talk compassion. I can't you can't talk enlightenment with people because they're so saturated in like this cancerous society that we live in. And I mean cancerous in every sense of the word, every sense of just negativity, polluting, tearing people down, just being dishonest, being corrupt, sitting on a high horse, always coming for the next person. Like, I know I should not have such a negative view of the world, but I say that in the form of that is what is being shown as entertainment in the media and in social media. It's all about selling or buying and consuming, and I really try not to be like that. And then it gets to the point, like, what is the point if you are trying to do just show a different way, then people still like come with their cancerous personalities. Like, go take that somewhere else. You know what I mean? I am liking on YouTube. Because of my videos, they started linking girls that show their work week, and I've enjoyed those. That's different. They work a regular job. They don't show their job. They just show like them getting ready for work and after work and stuff like that. And I do enjoy it because I think that was slash is a voice that was lost or is trying to be lost, which is going to be very interesting. I really want to do a work career advice video because it is going to be very interesting to see all of these people that are saturated by this social media culture actually try to make a consistent stable living. And I mean that. Consistent and stable and have something for retirement. I mean, it's like, you can only be a human doll for so long, you know? And then after that, then what? And then it's like, even like the products that you're pitching all the time, once everybody starts to see that you'll just put your name out on anything just to get the deal or to get the sponsorship, that kind of like works against you. And I feel like I'm always like ahead of the curve a little bit when I see trends coming, like for saying this social media will now start to feel like junk mail. Like, I don't even need it because it's just like too much. And they say like in certain areas, in certain like European countries, like the younger people there are drinking less and getting online less, which they're always like more socially advanced than we are. And they're like starting different bars and meeting up. Like the bars have like more board games and coffee shops and things like that where people can connect one on one, because it does create a void. Right now, America, we're in this interesting phase because I'm looking outside of the traffic. We've always been a very consumer culture, but the consumer culture was always driven by the group that you're with, the group that's in your neighborhood. But now, because people have the screen, they are competing against or trying to create an image of things that they've never seen before, which is kind of interesting because like I work very close to a mall, and one day I was in my car eating lunch just like, and I saw these kids and I was like, oh, they look kind of sketchy. And then I was like, but I'm not worried. They were like walking around the mall parking lot, approaching the mall. They did not even look up. Both their heads were just like down on their phone. You know what I mean? And even like when you go into certain stores, people's heads are just down on their phone. And it's like, I wonder, are we going to go back into like the dark ages where people just make their homes as comfortable as they can and just stay home all the time? You know what I mean? And then nobody knows what's true or what's false because of all the conflicting information that you're getting as news. It's going to be very interesting to see, and it sounds far out until you start doing your research about it. Just like I didn't know this whole retail thing that always worries me. Just like, did y'all know that Forever 21 is now filing for bankruptcy? That was last week's news, and they're calling it now like a retail apocalypse, and that a lot of different companies are closing down their brick and mortar stores to restructure, but they're filing bankruptcy. That's the thing though. But they're going to use money to pump back into like their internet business, their internet marketing, internet sales. I don't know. I don't know what that means for people. You know, it's shocking to me that most people are not concerned about it. You know, they're just like still pumping out kids and saying, oh, it'll be fine, you know, with no real retirement set up and no real college fund set up. And not saying that you have to go to college, but it's like, what are you educating your kids to be? Or how are you even going to know what's out there if your mind is just on the everyday marketing products? You know, it's very interesting. Because I get caught up in my day-to-day life. I will say it all the time. And that's one of the things that you do have to be cautious of as I'm out there looking at, you know, new information, like for saying in the job market about what is going to be a viable skill. You know, I've always wanted to do nursing because I feel like, well, you guys won't want the robots, you know, being your nurse, like at least for another 10, 15 years. I could probably get a by for 20 years, you know. I don't say this stuff lightly. I don't say it because, oh, it's just so far out. I think because I live in a bigger city, because it is funny. I travel with my boyfriend a lot for work, so or go to all these different like smaller kind of towns, and the smaller towns, or cities, they don't get the infiltration as much as bigger cities do. But it's just amazing to me, like even the whole self checkout thing. Like my little neighborhood tried to keep it out, but now we've got the self checkout lanes at our grocery store and some other ones. But not just that, even like the fast food, they're really pushing the kiosk system like hardcore. Like especially at Panera Bread, I was like, oh, this is weird. Not even just Panera, like other like little fast casual places. The one that comes to my mind is like Chili's and TGI Fridays, where you just order from like the little iPad or whatever without the person even coming up. So I don't know. It's things that people debate about, like, oh, well, we're just going to create jobs in other areas, or people are just going to have to skill up. And it's like, people can't even skill up because they're not even developing skills in the first place. And I don't know about men. I can only talk about women, but most women these days are only concerned about taking an hour to do their makeup. These young girls coming up, and I don't say it lightly. I say it because we see it. You see people that spend an hour to put their makeup on in the morning, make sure they have a designer coffee, and wherever they go into, they present no value. They have no insight, no back knowledge, no studying. They have nothing but attitude and bravado. It concerns me, you guys. I don't know like when it happened. Like I think though when you do start to read a lot of just like facts, or you start looking at the economy in a way to make money outside of just what you want to buy here and there, and when you try to make strategic decisions, even when it concerns investing, things look different to you. It really does. It really, really does. I just see a lot of changes that it seems like they happen more quickly in your larger cities, and then the smaller ones follow. But what's so sad is that the people in the smaller cities try to emulate the lifestyle of those people in the larger cities, but they don't have the skill set to stay current. Does that make sense? Like let's just say like if you're in marketing and advertisement and you're on the social media bandwagon, you think that's all you need to know, but people in the larger cities are like, no, I need to know how to code for myself, so I'm going to go in there and take coding classes and get more credentialing behind my name. People in the smaller city may not have access to those kind of things, so when things start to get phased out, they're in trouble. I am all for licensing, credentialing. I'm for it. I'm not for. I'm just for it, and I'm all for being progressive. And I know, and I say it just for like a lot of different people, because I've had some personal conversations with people that I really love and I care about, and I'm like, the way that the world is changing now is really gonna hurt your business. You're really gonna have to do it a different way. Even the whole idea of, I know it just sounds crazy when I talk about it in a non-tangible way, but it's very true. It's just interesting. I know a lot of people with different kinds of businesses and things like that. And even the idea of money really becoming like so electronic, and like, but Zelle and Cash App can cut you off if you transfer too much money. Like they'll tell you reach your limit for the month. It's something else if you're using that to pay people or as a means to make things happen quicker, because they get you hooked on it, and then it's like, oh no, but now you have to pay all these processing fees behind it. Even like the Square, when I went to get my pedicure from the girl that just opened up a nail salon, I tried to add a tip to it. She's like, oh no, you can't add a tip to it. And she was like, because there's a processing fee, there's a whole, it takes forever for it. I was like, whoa. Like, because I was trying to tip one of the girls who worked in the nail salon, but of course the Square belongs to the business owner. The small business owner may not have that cash to front it, and she's got to wait. And then these people who are used to getting paid instantly, they got to wait a little bit too. So, guys, educate yourself. Don't just sit around here doing the same old shmame old, being an imitation and not the real thing. You know, I get a lot of shadiness on my channel that is like, oh, all about like my looks and stupid stuff like that. I think that's so stupid, but you can be stupid and I'm fine with that. Brains, and character and grace will take you so much further than your face will. I'm not impressed with a pretty face and nothing else. I'm just not. You take care of yourself, man. Like, it's so, I try not to say a lot because I don't want to, like, tell everybody's business and things like that. But prepping yourself for the future, because even if you die today, at least you are challenging yourself, right? And you will probably have more to give. But what if you don't die today and you live another 30 years? Jesus. Then what? What are you really gonna be looking like? And I say that because I wish somebody would have told me that, and I'm definitely gonna do a career advice video because there's like so much stuff like going on, and that is the main thing, is adding value, being a value. Don't be an imitation. So many people base their life, especially now with social media and just this overwhelming branding. Everything wants to be branded. Brand yourself. That there's no value to that if you're just imitating somebody else's brand. That seems so basic, but it's not too many people out there trying to be different. Even, okay, I'm not going to be shady, so y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, whatever. Even like to say like something as simple as YouTube. People will sit there and watch like 20 YouTube videos and like, well, now I need a makeup room. Then they go out there and buy all this stuff, and it's just like, just so that you can look like somebody else's. That, how does that make sense that you need to be the same one of 100 drones? Like, that doesn't make sense. And even like on a business concept, I know somebody with a business right now and they're launching a product, and they are a smaller, they're the same product but a smaller scale. You know how people have like, oh, but this is a local product or whatever, something like that. I'll just make up a product. Let's just say, I don't want to give anything away. Let's just say the product is a cup. We'll just say the product is a cup, just like as an example. Instead of them making their, like, they're saying what's unique about their cup, but then they're going to rip off the marketing strategy of this other cup. When the other cup does something, they kind of translate that to their own product. I mean, I get it. That is a cheap and easy way, but then that's exactly what it is, cheap and easy. It's not bringing the value. Like, do something different. I don't know. I just, like, I can see if you do that in a way that other people can't see, but even then that's a problem because you're robbing yourself of probably a niche or creativity that can make you different and better than the original. Does that make sense? I hope I wasn't just rambling to you guys. You guys know, I know a lot of people, there's a lot of things going on in the real adult world. We don't talk a lot as adults these days because we're in this whole youthquake thing where everybody wants to be young forever, which is fine. I have my moments. I've got some things that I do. I don't want to be unhealthy. I don't want to look tired. But I also don't want to be in a position where I'm caught off guard for the future. And I also have this nagging thing in me where, what is it to be successful within myself? And a lot of that is adding value, bringing value, being the person with something innovative. I had an issue at work today. I'm going to cut myself off because I want this to upload. I had an issue at work today, and the person tried to help me, and I stumped them. They asked somebody above them. They were stumped. They asked somebody else. They were stumped. So then by the time it was like 3 people standing around, and somebody asked me what was going on, before I could even go, everybody else was saying what was going on like it was their issue. And that was just like very interesting to me. Nobody could solve it. Everybody's just yapping. The one lady, she came out of nowhere and she's like, oh, hit that button. Boop. It was done. And that to me is so interesting. Like, just the way we work as a culture in its entirety. Like, everybody wants to be the know-it-all. I won't say everybody, the people that are the most vocal want to be the know-it-all, but it's always those quiet lurkers that seem to have the most skills. it's unfortunate that that's not rewarded like it should be, because that's old fashioned. Is that you're rewarded for what you actually bring and how hard you work and your knowledge. It seems like now we're more on charisma and looks and who appears to be such a thing. I'm just old fashioned sometimes. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just so much I could say on that topic, because, like, this is the last thing I will say. Like, they are like, there's like a position, like a higher level position. I've seen this happen more than one time, where there's something that could boost your salary up and you'll be promoted and things like that. And the people that start to come out of the woodwork and start to raise their hand and say what they can do. Oh, can I help you? Can I reach for this? Can I do this for you? It's like, where were you before this position was posted? Like, I don't you think I see you? Like, if this opportunity was not out there for you to grasp, would you really be acting like this now? Is this really you every day? For some people, yes, it is, and for other people, it's not. And it's just interesting, and to me, because that shows again what the individual values. Do they really value people and need to be promoted so they can help more people, or do they just value the promotion? Girl, I done told y'all a lot. This is an adult conversation. If you don't like adult conversations, if you are a child, if you're just one of those kind of people that are sent to this channel to annoy me, maybe one day. But if you're not, I appreciate you and I love you. And thank you so much for, enduring with me. I am going to go eat something unhealthy and try to force myself to work out and mess in my closet just a little bit. If I could do a 1 hour workout and 1 hour cleaning my closet today, I will feel like I'm living a more balanced life. Let me know if you got anything out of all my yapping today. Thank you so much for watching. It's Wednesday.